Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Olivia, or Liv, and I'm a bookworm. First of all, Happy Easter! I hope you guys are staying healthy and safe, practicing social distancing, and staying in, quarantine with your families, but I hope you guys are still celebrating Easter, having a little bit of an Easter egg hunt, whatever you want to do. But today, I thought in celebration of Easter that we should do a video where, because we usually decorate eggs every year. We hard boil eggs and then we decorate them. And so I'm going to do that, except I'm going to make the eggs look book related. So it's going to have maybe a lightning bolt symbol for Harry Potter or a trident for Percy Jackson. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So let's hop right on into the video.
So I ended up boiling 13 eggs, but however many eggs you do end up boiling, go ahead and put them all in a large pot, and then go ahead and fill up your pot with water until the eggs are fully submerged. This took about 9 cups for me, but it might just depend on how big your pot is. But just go ahead and fill it up until the eggs are completely underwater. And then turn your stove on. Put the lid on top of the pot and let it boil. When the water starts to bubble, then you'll know that you should turn your stove off and set a timer for 15 minutes just to let it sit for a little while. After your 15 minutes is up, don't burn yourself, maybe get a rag or something, and then take off the lid, and then slowly and carefully, you don't want to break your eggs, take the eggs out of the pot with a weird tool that I use. I don't know what it's called. It looks like a weapon. Look at it. It looks like a weapon. I don't know what it's called. But anyways, you're going to take all the eggs out and then take them over to your sink just to cool them off with some cold water. Turn your faucet down to the coldest setting and just go ahead and wash your eggs off and then dry them just to make sure they are nice and cool, and then go ahead and put them in the fridge for an hour. And then take your eggs out of the fridge and get ready to decorate them. So like I said before, I ended up boiling 13 eggs, and I didn't end up using all of them, but I think I used about half of them. So the first egg that I'm going to be decorating for you guys today is going to be Harry Potter themed. Stick around until the end to see how it turns out. So the first thing I'm going to do to paint this is just going to get some black acrylic paint and just paint one coat for now. I did end up doing multiple coats of this, so that might have been just because my acrylic paint isn't that thick, but you will probably have to do multiple coats of this. So I just did one half of the egg before letting it dry. Okay. So while we let the other egg dry, we are going to move on to the next egg that we are going to be painting. So for this egg, I thought, why don't we do a Percy Jackson themed one? Obviously, because I'm obsessed with Percy Jackson. So I just took 2 different shades of a turquoise and a teal, and then mixed them together until I got a color I was satisfied with. Of course, you can change the colors however you would like, but I just got a lighter turquoise color. And this I am going to make a trident, which is the symbol for Poseidon, who is the god of the sea, earthquakes, and I think horses, I believe? Yeah. And he's also Percy Jackson's father. So I just ended up drawing a trident on this one, and it took me a while because I had to keep on going back in, because at first, doesn't that kind of look like a really weird cactus at this point? Well, it did to me. So I went back in a lot of times off camera and went back and fixed it, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad in the end. but if you guys have a little bit of trouble with this, it's okay, because if you just keep going back in with more paint, as long as you don't make it huge, it should be fine. Okay, so next I went back to the Harry Potter one while the Percy Jackson one dried, and I just did the other side of the egg, and like I said before, I did multiple other coats off camera, so just remember that you have to do multiple coats for it to be a thick layer and for you not to be able to see any of the white underneath. And then afterwards you can do whatever design you want. Oh, and I'm writing on my hands. Hi! And then after that, I went back to the Percy Jackson one, and like I said before, I did go back and do some highlights on camera, but I also did some off camera in the end. So I just basically did a shadow, but I did a lighter shade, and then I ended up doing some, like, I guess lighting on the, or shine probably, on the trident. And so I made like lines down the middle and did some decorations on the side as well, but you can decorate it however you would like. So after doing most of the details, I then went in with a darker shade of blue and just drew some simple little waves towards the bottom of the egg, so it looked like the trident was in the water. And then later off camera, I ended up filling the bottom of the egg in with that same dark blue, just so it actually looked like an ocean instead of lines on an egg. So while we wait for the Percy Jackson trident and bottom of the egg to dry before we can go in, I ended up doing the 4 Hogwarts houses. So for those of you who don't know, those are Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, and Slytherin. I did most of the work on these off camera, but I just went in with a fine-tipped paintbrush and dipped it in some of that black acrylic paint, and just drew in cursive the names of each house. After doing that on the rest of the eggs, then I went back to the first Harry Potter one and ended up drawing just a simple lightning bolt scar like the one that Harry has on his forehead. And so I ended up just doing this in a gold glitter glue. Of course, you could use whatever paint color you would like, or just regular glitter if you'd want. But I ended up doing several coats off camera over that just to make it more vibrant. Then as you can see, I drew Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff, and then I ended up doing Slytherin later on. And then there is the trident with the waves at the bottom. So then, going back to the Hufflepuff, I then just drew some lines that kind of boxed in the words. I did do it as smooth as I could, but that was not very good. Just try to do it as smooth as you can if you do want to follow this design. Of course, you could do whatever you would like. And so I just did that on the top and on the bottom, and then went over it later on after I'd painted the rest of the egg, just to go over it and make sure the lines were still visible. So after drawing the lines, I went back in with a yellow and accidentally did this out of view, sorry for that, but I just ended up doing the bottom and let that dry for a little while before I went in with the top layer and the rest of the bottom layer. Next, I just went back to the first Harry Potter one and went over the gold lightning bolt with another layer of gold glitter glue just to make it vibrant. And if you guys are wondering why there's so much paint on my hands, it's because I have an obsession with painting my arms. Now, moving on to the Ravenclaw house egg. And so, again, I just boxed in the letters like I did before with the Hufflepuff one. And just as I had done with the Hufflepuff one, I went ahead and painted the bottom of the egg with the house colors, and in which this case for Ravenclaw is like a dark blue, but the blue that I chose turned out very vibrant, but it looked really cool in the end. So I went ahead and just finished the bottom off, and then let it dry. So for this little bonus one, this one has nothing to do with books, but I ended up just drawing like a little dog's face, and so I ended up just doing the nose at first and then extending it out to like a smile almost, and then trying to add whiskers, but it didn't turn out so pretty. And then afterwards, after cleaning that up a little bit, I then added the ears, which look really weird, and I ended up outlining them afterwards. But then I did that on both sides, and then I did the eye, and you can barely see what I'm doing, which is great. Isn't that great? But you can see that I just did like a little arc at the bottom and then lifted it up kind of in another arc. I did that on the opposite side as well, and then colored a little bit of it in with some different paints in different colors, and then paint it. Okay, like all of the other ones I've done today, I did most of this one off camera, but I kind of like how it turned out. It's not perfect, but I do like how it ended up, and I think it's pretty cute. Even if it doesn't really look like a dog, it's still pretty cute. And so here we have the finished products of all of the eggs that I ended up decorating in this video. We have the Percy Jackson Trident and the Waves egg. Then we have the Gryffindor house egg, followed up by the Hufflepuff house egg, which is definitely one of my favorites. And then my all-time favorite, the Ravenclaw house egg, is just so beautiful. And then we have the Slytherin house egg, which is very pretty in my opinion. And then we have the simple lightning bolt scar Harry Potter egg, and then the little bonus dog. Okay, so here I have just some close-ups of the Harry Potter egg and the Percy Jackson egg. In this lighting, you couldn't really see the trident on the Percy Jackson egg, but all the highlights I did make it look very cool in my opinion. And then the Harry Potter one, just going over that lightning bolt like probably 10 times, really made it stand out, which I really like about it. The Harry Potter one is so simple, but I love it so much. And then we have the Percy Jackson one. It's kind of hard to see here, but just to let you guys know, it just has the waves and then a little sun at the very top of the egg, along with the trident in the center. Then we have the four houses, the four Hogwarts houses. We have Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. They all look really good together in my opinion. So here's the Gryffindor one up close. It just has the Gryffindor words in cursive just across the front, and the lines aren't as smooth as I would like them to be, but I still think it turned out cute with a little paw prints in the second house color, which is gold, just to represent kind of a lion, which is the symbol for Gryffindor. Then we have the Hufflepuff one, and I just went in with the house colors, and I really like this one because the yellow was so vibrant, and it made the black little stars that I put on it look really pretty as well. Then we have the Ravenclaw one, which was actually the first one I painted, but just that bright blue makes it look so pretty, and I love that one. And then I just added the little claws of a raven on it, and then some little dots just to blend it in. And then last but not least, we have the Slytherin house egg, and this one is really pretty. It's just a jade green with some little gray curly lines on it, kind of to represent a snake, which is the symbol for Slytherin house. And I just went in with a little sparkle, like a glitter glue on it, and it made it look really pretty. And then the bonus one, the little dog. I hope you guys like this one because I think it's pretty cute.
That's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. It really means a lot to me. Also, don't forget to check out my Instagram at LiveTheBookworm. I'm free to answer DMs and comments and all that good stuff, and I post daily, so check that out. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Until next time, readers, keep reading, keep creating, and don't forget to be yourself. Bye, guys!